I've read several accounts. I've also watched several videos of the main reason why the PDP in Edo State was defeated in the last global election of Edo State that happened a couple of days ago. I've seen a lot of political and social narrative. I've seen a lot of it, and sometimes I just laugh. And it's okay to put out all the statements. It's okay. I think the situation is just simple. It's the system of giving a dog a bad name to kill it, and then people have used the opportunity to say the governor had several battles, which of course are no lies. He had several battles. He fought several persons, and because of that, right? And then I asked myself, what were the um, political influences of these battles he fought as against the electoral result that we got? As much as I agree that it played some very key factors in determining the governor's um, inroads into some places in the state, but the overall reflection of that result wasn't the fight he fought. What you may not know is that several persons with several key interests came together to say, let's end this, right? Of course, some persons in the state voted. Some voted because, of course, they voted against the incumbent governor. Some voted against the battles, voted against him because of the battles he however fought in very many ways, right, on ending battles, including one of a couple of months ago before the election. So several battles. We also know that some people voted because they were hungry, because the APC as a party had weaponized poverty, and then that's why they are not going to make move to institutionalize economic progress and one of my friends would call upliftment, right? And so because of that, it's easy for you to sell votes for 5,000, 10,000. Again, I'm not going to sit here and assume that just the APC bought votes. Like we hear now, votes were bought across party lines in the last elections. However, to say that it was an overwhelming defeat because of the fact that the man fought many persons may be a fallacy of the highest order that some of us are trying to push. The truth again is that the chief of this whole conversation, the oga patapata of them all, why Obaseki lost the election or why Asun Ighodalo lost the election, is because there's a Tinubu 2027 arithmetic that Edo fell into. Let me tell you how some of these things work. You see, in the last election, Rivers State became the stronghold of the APC to have gotten some more vote, because if Rivers State had fallen to Peter Obi in the last election, that election, no matter what INEC did, may have gone into some form of runoff, right? May have gone into some form of runoff. But because of what Wike did with the Rivers, it helped to consolidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu's. It's not now time to also discuss whether it was rigging or not. Whatever Bola Ahmed Tinubu and INEC had done in the rest of the country. So now, with Rivers State in the hands of Fubara, and with Wike consistently trying to hold on to the structure of the PDP, and with Fubara now formally telling his local council chairman that is contesting the local government elections to go to the APP, is now the die is now in the balance, and so it means therefore that there may not be enough opportunities for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, even though some persons say that Sim Fubara had pledged his allegiance to the sitting president and said he would do what Wike had done for him. But all that cannot be trusted because he's not in his camp, he's different, and then during the elections there are definitely going to be a lot of confrontations. And if Wike is not comfortable with the sitting governor, Wike may not want to work with him in that election. And again, for somebody that just betrayed his SY godfather, who can't he betray in the election? So he should not be trusted. So it was only normal for the APC to start to scout for a new state to take, having the advantage of doing other arithmetic. Yeah, and just like you have in the southeast, a few of these opportunities are there, right? And but in Edo State, and remember again that Edo seems to be the headquarter of the obedient movement, and it means therefore that by 2027 election, naturally the state will vote against the incumbent administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So it was normal that they were going to vote. As long as the equation and every other thing is done right, they would. So having the APC in Edo State, for example, instituted in Edo State, imposed in Edo State, right, duly selected in Edo State, will help to cement whatever opportunities or chance. So Edo is the substitution that Rivers should have for the 2027 equation. Let's forget whatever narrative we are putting together. That is the major, right? Yes, Obaseki now allowed all these guys with vested interest to come together to perpetrate that. Some of the people that are in that camp are not Tinubu's allies. They don't like Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But of course, a friend of my enemy, an enemy to my enemy is my friend, and it means therefore that since Obaseki has become an enemy of all of them, so all the enemies put together and said, let's deal with him. And in dealing with him, they used all state instruments, all state tools, all state apparatus to ensure that they bury the conversation. And the rigging was so clear that they would say, go and do your worst. Go and do your worst, because it was evident. The interest of the city president was there. So it was not more, unlike in 2020, where Muhammadu Buhari didn't need anything from, he knew was going to be rounding off his government and stepping aside. So there was really nothing. So he tried to be a Democrat at that time. That's former President Muhammadu Buhari. But for now, the city president has got an election at hand. And if there is anything at all, because of course, the few arithmetic he's doing now with the economy is not working. So obviously, he will need 2027 to consolidate on whatever he is building and ensure that the people that are loyal to him get a chance to continue from where he stopped. Of course, all that is what the Nigerian political scene will carry. So now it's vested interest. Tinubu want 2027, Adams Oshomole, Shaibu, and the rest of these guys want to have the stay. So it was more like, let's come together to do it. It was one single equation. Deal with him and do anything you like. I'm here. So forget about all these things you are saying. And it's okay. Unfortunately, when two elephants fight, the grass suffers. In this particular case, some grass we are rejoicing because they felt that some grass will suffer more than other grasses. But we'll be here in a couple of years' time. Congratulations to Bola Ahmed Tinubu for 2027, winning 2027 general elections. If I were anybody, I have a couple of things to say as we progress in the coming days into 2027 general elections. A couple of things to say, and then if we are not going to do that, there's no reason we will go into that election. I think that the election 2027 should be suspended for any reason. There should be no need wasting taxpayers' money to have that election. Let's go fair to 2031, and then let all of us begin to regroup. Maybe we'll have one single umbrella or one single party where the opposition parties will come together to fight for. 2027 will be a mirage, and these guys are planning it already. So whatever is going to happen in Ondo, for example, all these are just consequences. We made a mistake to have allowed a non-democratic element or gang to get into power in 2015. We are going to repeat for a long time. I'll catch you another time. Bye for now.